It's Alexis. Quick update before we dive in. We're taking crime to the next level. True crime all the time, nonstop, over on X. You know, the old Twitter? Alexis Knight, crime breakdowns, interrogations, body cams, all the chaos you love. Don't miss out. True crime all the time. Join the conversation on X. Ames, Iowa. What starts as a chaotic 911 call quickly turns into a brutal crime scene. 55-year-old Sean Hunter sits bloodied, cigarette in hand, recounting his version of events. A fight over Xbox, a fan base shoved into his throat, and a machete used in self-defense. But when investigators uncover 40 wounds, skull fractures, and a severed vertebra, Hunter's story unravels. Was this self-defense, or was this cold-blooded slaughter? Let's get into it.
I know what I did tonight, gentlemen. But the put his hands on my throat and I defended myself. Do what you will with me.
So I appreciate your honesty. Police department?
Yes, sir. Come on. Stay on the phone with me, please.
Are you the one?
Police department.
Cut?
Yes,
What's
sir.
going on? You're cut?
Yes, sir.
Okay, who else is here right now?
Dying in the bathroom in there.
Who is?
His name is Chris, as far as I know.
Okay. Ames 93.
He put his hands on me. I react. It's just my best friend on the phone.
Where you just had someone answer the door here at the apartment.
I just needed a witness.
Okay. Do you have any knives on you right now?
No, sir.
All right.
No.
Let me make sure you're clear, okay?
Yes, sir. Please.
Who else is in the apartment with you besides Chris?
Besides the guy dying on the bathroom floor, no one.
Okay. All right.
There's this guy. We're going to go through.
Yes,
We need to check the bathroom. We have somebody bleeding in the bathroom. Get him detained, please. All right, come on. Watch your step. Police department.
Which bathroom is he in?
He's right here. I got him on the floor. Police department. Chris? Chris, can you hear me? Chris? Is there anybody else here? Ames 93. We need medical up here ASAP, please, to this apartment. Police department? Anybody else here? Jared, stay with him. I want to make sure there's nobody else here. I'm clear. We got the victim.
Are we clear?
We're clear in here.
She doesn't even bark, guys.
Okay, that's fine.
She's very.
What is your first name? Todd?
No, sir.
What's your first name? Sean. Okay.
You talking to me at all, Chris?
Ames, I have a Sean and a Chris here in the apartment. I don't know where Todd's at. All right. Come on, guys. Right in here. Thanks. Okay.
You want to pull one of those chairs up for me?
Let's do
Is
it.
there anything on that right?
Come on over, man.
Do you see that scar?
What's...
Is there any way you can release that just a notch on the? Yes, sir.
All right. I got gloves here.
That should be just a pack of smokes.
Okay.
No,
You've got a
you
nice
see
little
that
bead on
big,
his foot.
you see that
Yeah, I
big
saw that.
scar right here?
Yeah, I see that.
It's pinching.
You got any guns, knives, bombs, bazookas, plastic
No, sir, I
explosives?
don't want a gun.
Okay.
Okay, I've got Sean Hunter detained. He has got a large cut on his foot, and I have not made.
I have a very large cut on my foot.
Bathroom.
I'm just emptying your pockets out here,
Yes,
Sean.
sir.
Make sure
No,
for our
no.
safety and yours,
I
okay?
know what you're doing. My late wife was a cop.
If somebody can grab him outside and put him in a squad car, I'd appreciate it.
All right. Are you hurt anywhere else
It's our
other than your toe?
Right hand.
Your right hand? Okay. All right.
Get him in
Got it.
squad car.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks.
You want to have him sit down right here?
Down right there.
Let's sit down right over here, man.
Mr. Raines. His first name. Sit here.
Have a seat right there. We're going to have medics check you out too, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have an ID with you there, sir? Sean?
I can get it for you if you want to follow me.
No, it's good. I'll just grab your name from you. No big deal.
I know all my info.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I got it. Sorry. Yeah.
Come on in, guys.
Hey. Alright.
Bathroom.
In here. Bathroom.
Stat.
This is serious. They're in here. Serious lacerations. Serious.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, man.
What do you need?
I was looking for my notepad. I dropped my notepad somewhere. So. Yeah, just leave it right there. Jared, is that where it was? Yeah, just hang it right there. All right, man.
That's why I laid it there.
All right.
Put
Sean, right?
on my throat. Yeah.
Hey, Sean. All right, I want to ask you about it, but hey, since you're in handcuffs right now, I want to make sure you understand you have some rights, okay? This is called a Miranda warning. You have the right to remain silent, and I'm not saying you're...
I'm familiar, but go
Okay, you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand these rights? Your rights, as I've explained them to you. Okay. Do you have any questions about those? Okay. Now, having those rights in mind, I do kind of want to find out from you what's going on.
Put his hands on my throat. You see the red mark?
Red net. Okay. Do you guys both live here together?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Chad, do you know where the weapon is?
Yeah, it's sitting right in front of you.
I've got the weapon out here.
Didn't mean to interrupt. My
Okay.
bad.
So you guys both live here. So you and
I
Chris?
just moved in Saturday.
Okay.
He thought I was going to be his prison.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Sean, what's your first name, sir? How do you spell your first name?
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Couldn't help but laugh.
I just want to make... I know.
No, I know.
Is it S-E-A or is it S-H?
Thank you. It is.
S-H?
Yes.
A. Okay, got it. And it was Hunter, is that right?
Lily.
Millie, come here.
Lily, get out of the way.
Is Millie your dog?
She's very, yes, sir.
Okay. And Sean, just so I've got it, when were you born, sir?
January 13, 1964.
64. All right. So you just moved in when?
Saturday.
Moved in this past Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And so Chris lives here? He was already here?
He's a trust fund.
Okay. So how did you meet Chris?
He found me online when I was looking for a place in Ames.
Okay. Did he have like a posting or something, or did you post something?
No, he posted.
Okay. So he lives here by himself, but others were supposed to be here? Is that what you mean?
No, sir. He's a trust fund prison.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, God.
Oh, try not to move
Please,
around.
please,
Hey,
no,
I know.
that right.
All right.
Seriously, my right arm. Look, I don't have much nerves in there, but it is on the one goddamn nerve I have.
Okay. Let me take a look. Hey.
One click back.
Okay. Can I take a look? Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. Which one's bothering you, you said?
The right.
This one right here? Okay.
You guys got a good count? Wait.
Here, step over just a little bit so we're not in their way, okay? No, you're fine. They're right there. Here you go.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let's just go straight downstairs. Okay.
All right, man. You're good?
Yeah, let's get your guy to the feeding.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll get it looked at.
All right, Sean. Do you need... Can I grab your phone for you?
Sir, it didn't release.
I know. I got to fix that, okay? So hold on a minute
Oh,
here.
my God.
Give me a second, okay? All right.
Listen, this was from a shark attack, and I don't have any nerves
No worries,
left in
okay.
that arm.
I know. I'm not
But
trying
it's
to...
right on the bone.
You got to give me just a minute to loosen that up.
Yes,
a little bit.
sir.
Is that better?
Yes.
All right.
Hank,
There.
wait.
Hold on. Well, you got
Yes.
You got a bracelet on there, too. Is that better? That shouldn't be riding on it now.
That is.
All right. Thanks for working with me here, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, I would like to take you down to the PD to talk a little bit more where it's quieter. So, I'm going to grab your cell phone. Do you want your keys?
Please.
You want SIGs to go with you, too?
Please.
Is that cool?
6 smokes and phone.
So, all that. I tell you what.
And if you wouldn't mind, lock the door. And my little girl behind us.
Yeah. And I don't know if they need to get anything for Chris, though. That's the only reason. But that, is this your apartment? Is your apartment key on here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, we can cover that once we get back down and figure out.
I'm not sure what that key on the stove is for, though.
Yeah, I don't either. That wasn't in your pocket. That was already there?
No, sir.
Okay, all right.
That just...
So I'm going to put your phone in here, too. And you can...
Give me some on the right. Give me some on the right side to even me up.
What's that? You're fine. Oh, you want that on the right
Yes,
side?
sir.
Yeah, here, hold on. We're getting in here. There we go. All right, Sean, my man, we got to get your foot checked out, too.
What's going on?
Yeah. We're going to go...
Did I do something wrong, or?
We're going to go to the police department, so come on along.
Lily, you stay here, baby.
Yep. We'll make sure everybody's taken care of here, okay? What's that? I'm going to, as soon as we talk to the officer right here, to find out what.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Sean, my name's Matt Duncan. I'm a detective here at the police department. I understand you probably need some stitches. I'd like to talk to you about what happened.
Of course.
And I'll leave that completely up to you, whether you'd like to go get your stitches, then talk to me, or whether you want to talk to me now.
Apparently, I'm the only man to handle it,
No.
so let's just get it over with.
But no, it's completely...
No, I have a problem with that.
Yeah, we know. Jared, well,
He can step up.
we can have him step out.
Let's do it now.
What's that, talk or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tonight, at some, put a ceiling fan, or not a ceiling fan, oscillator,
Oscillating fan.
floor fan, or fan, whatever. Picked it up off the base and hit me in the side of the head with it. And then put the base on my neck and tried to choke me out with it. And when I got up, I collected. No. I know what I did tonight, gentlemen. But I put his hands on my throat and I defended myself. Do what you will with me.
So I appreciate your honesty. Before I ask you any questions,
Yes,
you are here in handcuffs, sir.
Is that still bothering you?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
The left one.
Left one still?
Yes, pinch it really.
Okay, hold on.
You want to put a second set in there? Can you?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's get a second set in there so it gets you a little more.
Just give me a minute here, okay?
Look.
You got a second, or you want?
I have a second. We're good. All right, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna loosen this one up. Take it off here a minute. Hold on.
Oh, dude, that
Just a minute, okay? Hold on a minute.
you know damn well I haven't given you any shit.
No, you have been great with me.
I
So
was standing there at the front door waiting.
Front.
yeah, if you do, can I put you in front? Would that be all right? I'll tell you what, I like that idea too, man.
Yeah.
He has a,
Oh,
just so you know, he's got a previous injury there.
This is not a cut either, by the way. According to that other officer.
Hey Matt, I'm actually gonna grab a belt over there. That might be a little more comfortable. How's
Yeah,
that?
actually, get
This is
Yeah.
not a cut.
Let's do that.
So, before I ask any questions, I have to read your Miranda warning, okay?
He's already done it,
Yep.
You understand? We just want to make sure that we're
Yep.
you know what we're talking about.
If I do it, if I do
What is it with the tight one?
Is it too tight?
Really?
Well, I'm not trying to.
What is it with the belt being tight?
You want me to loosen that up too?
Please?
All right. How's that? Is that better?
Damn, dude.
So what,
Just trying to make sure you're all contained.
the reason I always do it, because if anybody ever asks me if it was done,
You can say it
I
was
will say it was me.
It was done.
Yep, so, I
right.
want you to know,
I follow
We're good.
that train of thought.
yes, you do have the right to remain silent. Do you understand your rights as I explained to you?
Let me lock it.
And is it all right for me to ask you a few questions?
Of course.
Okay.
Sean, I'm double locking these.
Yeah, so that way they don't tighten up.
They don't tighten up on your wrists. You good?
Well,
You're good.
except for this cut that's not a cut that keeps bleeding. I didn't mean to bleed on you there.
It's all right.
Your partner's a by the way.
Well, I kicked him out of here, so
We fixed that problem.
he's gone. Just us.
Okay, so, Sean, you moved in on Saturday, and how, and I heard you've talked about, you haven't said his name, so I don't know who you're talking about exactly.
Other than Chris,
Okay,
he goes by Chris Ames, he goes by Chris Stallwell. He goes by 3, 4, 5 different names.
and so, it's Chris is already living at the apartment.
From what I understand, Chris has the apartment, or the trust fund has the apartment. And Chris is living there because his parents have said, we don't want anything to do with you, but you are our son.
Right.
That's the general.
Does anybody else live
There's one gentleman by the name of Todd that, in fact, I don't know his last name, by the way. He is about 80 pounds now. The second night, that feels so much better.
No, you bet.
The second night, I was there, Sunday night. Chris ran up on him and I'm not gonna do that private one because I know what would happen to you, but you know what I mean?
All due respect.
No, I mean, he ran up on me like, get the out of my face, screaming at him, get the out of my face, because we had to go to the store, because I wanted to get some groceries and that sort of thing. Just bringing in, you know, my share to the stopping my own grocery shop. And I called Tom, and I said, would you mind watching my little girlfriend, my boxer? Lily. I'm worried about her, by the way.
We're taking care of her. We got an officer out there that's with Lily, so
Do not put her in animal control, please.
they're taking care
She's
of
my
her.
service animal.
Okay.
No, I beg you.
Okay. And Matt will make a note too here, so.
I retired last year because of the cystoma on my back. I didn't have the heart to. I'm sorry.
No, I know.
No, sir. No, sir, you don't. I lost my wife, my mother, and all three of my dogs all within 3 months in 2008. My next door neighbor walked that boxer over to me in one hand and said, you need a friend. And I said, I do. So I certified her and trained her myself.
Awesome.
And she's in that apartment, but after the stomas appeared, I didn't have the heart to make her work. So I officially retired last year. She turns 12, Valentine's Day next year. I don't give a gentleman, but that motherfucker put his hands on my throat. You see what he did, or tried to do.
So when, how did you find the apartment?
He advertised it online. I found it on, if I'm not mistaken, Marketplace.
On
Yes, sir.
Facebook Marketplace?
Yes, sir.
And where'd you move from, sir?
All right. B-R-Y-A-N-T. I'm sorry.
You- let it in.
I'm worried about my little girl.
I understand.
Understand.
She's all I have.
I had mine 4 days short of 15 years.
My golden. I lost my wife. You know what? I know you're married. How about you?
I'm married.
How long? How long? I just want to ask you, straight up man to man, how long?
Me? 16 years.
Both of you.
17 years.
Okay, I was married at 16. Back then I was making good money. And I had hospice. I bought a house, in fact, 14-year-old native stone. Dead center on the cul-de-sac, 2 blocks from her parents' house. Because they were too old to travel, I wanted to make sure they could see their daughter. After she passed, this he was a friend of mine, actually. I just want your two perspectives. I want to see the look on your face when I'm about to tell you what was asked of me. I just want to see the look on your faces. When I told him about losing my wife, he said, well, what was the worst part? You, I see it in you're puzzled by it. I said, the worst part of what? Losing my wife? You mean other than losing my wife? The worst part though, it took me 2 goddamn years to figure this out. I came to it just years after I kicked his ass and never saw him again. But it dawned on me one night when I wasn't really thinking of anything. And, you know, that shit just
That's usually when it hits you in the face, you know?
Yes. Crept back into my head. And the worst part was the last 9 months. Just watching her wither and die when she was not able to even respond. And my best friend was the one that brought that home to me 6 years ago, Zola.
The one you were talking to.
Yes,
Yeah.
that I needed a witness.
Yeah, and you said...
Now he'll vouch for me. I had a witness on the phone when they knocked, because I told her, y'all were coming. 43 years I've known this woman. She's the one that brought it all home to me about 6 years ago. We were talking on the phone, and I said, love you, good night. And hung up, and she called me back and said, God damn it, I'm still talking. What are you hanging up on me about? I said, what? I said goodnight. She said, but you didn't say goodbye. And it just dawned, just like that. Now you're getting it, aren't you? I never got to tell my wife goodbye. Because those last 8-9 months, she was unable to respond. I didn't even realize I was doing it. But to this day, when I talk to you on the phone, I'm not going to say goodbye to you. I know what I did tonight, gentlemen, but I was attacked, and I'm not. I'm not comfortable, especially with your partner too. I'm not going to go back
sorry
on
for that.
I'm not going to
No.
go back on that.
No worries.
We're done. I'm just throwing that in there for another day
Fair enough.
because he wasn't knowing. Now, how can I help you?
So tonight, like let's, go back to like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
All right. Can you just kind of walk me through everything that led up to this?
I can. About 3 or 4 o'clock was about the time that he had come out. He has a...
Come out of his room?
yes, sir.
Okay.
He has a control issue. Well, he had an Xbox out in the living room as well as in the bedroom, and my PlayStation 4 had just cracked out. My fan quite running, so I couldn't use my PlayStation, and I said, do you mind if I use your Xbox? Well, no, I'll set you an account. Just out of curiosity, I'd be willing to bet you'd be the gamer, but right, either one of you are?
I got kids that game.
I'm not.
I got kids that game.
Come on, come on. All right. Call that. All right, so what he does is he comes out. He needs my credit card information for Xbox.
Well, yeah. So you buy your
I'm
game.
just trying to play your console, dude. I don't want to buy shit. Well, it's just $1 to get you registered. Okay. Okay. Well, then it goes on. He needs all my previous addresses and all this. I'm thinking, what the f*** are you doing, dude? I just want to play your console. Is this a recurring charge? I asked. Yes, $1 every month. It was worth not a fine $1 a month.
Right.
About 3 minutes later, I got an email. You can pull it up on my phone. It's right there.
All right. Well, if you want to show
$15.99 a month recurring.
He signed up for the trial and then.
Yes, sir. So I go and knocked on his door. And you got a second. I'm sleeping, he says. Really? 5 minutes after you just walked out of the room? Okay. Well, I do have a question. I'm sleeping and he screams at me. And he said, that's when he came rushing at me with the fan and all hell broke loose.
So was the fan in his room?
Yes, sir.
And he came out of the room?
The fan's still in his room in a couple of pieces. Because he used part of it to try to choke me out.
So he...
The base of it is what he pressed up against my throat. And his 300-pound fat ass sat on my chest. And yeah, I got him out.
Where did he hit you with the fan?
Hit me on the right-hand side of my head here.
So over on this...
Right hand.
Oh, right hand, sorry.
My right hand.
Gotcha. Well, you're motioning that
I'm
way.
being smart, man.
Yeah, you were motioning that way. So
I know, but
I was like, well, is he thinking?
I was exhibiting.
Yeah. Okay. You do have... Can I take a picture right here?
Yes, sir.
You've got some injuries.
You want it all in that?
Gentlemen, I'm not trying to be a dick.
Nope.
I'm not. I know what I did.
No, we know.
That's why I was on the phone.
Can you just grab him?
That's why I was on the phone.
Yeah.
When you go live. And I gave this gentleman all the respect he deserves. Got the cop.
I'm going to get a little scale.
You're a good man, brother.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
What is this?
It shows how big.
It's a measurement of.
Yeah, it just shows how big everything is. So it doesn't stick that hard.
You need it? No, you need it on the left side of my throat over here.
Yeah, he's gonna he'll grab one in there too.
Because I want it known.
Yeah, that's why he's.
I was defending my goddamn self. I can't help that I was trained.
Got some redness on the back of your ear here.
Yes, sir, I know.
So let me just. All right, now let's get that other side where we're still.
There should be marks right there.
Yeah, right, kind of.
Yeah, that's where it was red on the crest.
Right here. Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna stick this here. I like to use these because they don't stick that hard.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Can I borrow one of you guys for just 2 minutes? Probably less than one.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay.
Shoved it.
I shoved it out my throat. It said, are you done? No, he got all up in my face. I said, no, I don't think I am. And I flipped him over on his ass and got up and took his goddamn head off.
So,
I know what I did.
and this is where I'd like you to walk me through that. You flipped him off.
I flipped him off.
Okay. And was he still on his feet then, or did he land on the floor?
No, he landed on his ass.
Okay.
And I ran back to my bedroom with him right on my heels.
Okay, so you flipped him off, you got up, left
I got up.
your room.
I flipped him.
Uh-oh, your tape coming off?
Did they seriously just like wrap me in like
Yeah.
And you got
Yeah.
up.
I mean,
It's just temporary because they know you have to get it checked out a little further, so.
all right. So
you can
I
put it
flipped
back on if
it.
you want.
Unless it's showing blood, look.
We can get that probably cleaned off.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that happens when you don't have a cut.
So after you flipped him off, what happened next?
Fair.
They're smart.
I know you are.
I flip him over on his back.
Okay.
I jump up. He'll take off running. He throws something. I don't know. It hit me in the back of the head, so I would assume either the stem and the base, the fan and the stem, or the base itself that he was trying to choke me out with. Something that hit me in the back of the head.
Okay.
I ran to my room because he had already put his hands on me. I knew what I was going for,
Okay.
and I went and died.
And what was that?
It's kukri. You know what that is?
Is that, it's not, I was thinking a karambit with it, but so no, I don't think I know what style of blade that is. Is it a blade?
Yes, it is. It's a short machete with a thick, curved blade.
Okay.
Kind of shaped like a banana,
Okay, good.
but thicker. It's actually used for splitting coconuts,
All right.
which is what I try to do.
And you got that from your room?
Yes, sir.
And
Out of its sheath, because I slept with it the last 3 nights because of the first night he came back.
and then did he come into your room or did you go back out of your room and
No, I came back out of my room and met him in the hallway as he was heading to my room. I met him halfway.
okay.
That's why you saw the blood.
I saw the blood.
There's blood from the hallway all the way in.
So you guys kind of met in the middle between the
And I met
rooms
him,
there.
and then I shoved him back in the bathroom and said, "You're going to die here tonight for putting your hands on my throat." I'm already dying, gentlemen, from this tumor in my head. I don't give a f***, but I'm not going to let him put his hands on my throat and try to tap me out. Not without a fight. That being said, I mean, look, I've given you no problem.
You know, you've been.
I'm being straight up.
So you shoved him into the bathroom and you
I didn't shove him. I split his goddamn skull, and he fell in there because he was running away from me. Please, please, please. And I said, "I'm not your prison. You want to keep talking prison? You want to keep talking prison? You want to try to punk me out or something? Is that your game? I'm not your prison."
so where was the first blow that you landed?
Towards the end of the hallway, just as you come from my bedroom to the kitchen/living.
I was in the apartment, so
Yes, sir.
not at his room door, but
No, so not at that
As you're
door.
coming into
Remember
the-
that hallway where I went
Yeah.
down in my room?
Yeah.
Okay, where that hallway ends, at the beginning of the kitchen/living room area, those blood drops.
Yeah, that's where all the
there.
blood was in
That's
there.
where the first blood was hit.
And
Okay.
then where did that land on his body? Do you remember?
First one, kind of glanced off, if I recall, it would be the right-hand side of his right.
Right, his right hand side.
And he was facing-
Right.
he was facing away from you when you, because you said he was
No,
retreating.
he was looking right at
Oh,
us.
okay.
And it was in your right hand or your left hand? The
The
blade.
blade
Yeah.
was in my right hand.
Okay. So if I had a blade in my right hand and it hit the right side of his face,
Yes, right.
it was a cross,
Yes, sir.
kind of like
Gotcha.
that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So one was here. Was there a second one?
No, there was 3 or 4.
3 or 4? Were they all the same motion to the same side of the body, or
I couldn't tell you.
after that first one?
After that first one, I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you.
Okay. And
I was defending myself, and I wasn't going to stop until he was done.
okay.
He put his hands on my throat.
At any time, did you feel like you had a chance to separate and get away from him?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
I mean,
Was that he was done, down,
or that when you
out for the count kind of thing?
or when you came out of your room and he saw you had the blade.
Oh no, he was still trying to fight me.
Okay.
He
And
didn't go down until I had Zoe on the phone when they arrived. Because I called Zoe. And I said, "Zoe, I'm going to jail." And she said, "Oh, goddamn, what did you do?" I said, "Zoe, I think I may have just killed this gentleman. And I'm going to sit here and wait on the police."
do you have Zola's?
And you were there.
Do you have her number memorized? Or is it
I
all?
don't have it memorized, but
Can you get it okay without tweaking your wrist?
No, sir. I can't.
Do you want me to help you?
No,
Yeah, we put it in the right hand, remember? We were balancing it up.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
I'm gonna need
Do you
you.
want to pull it up?
Now,
Can you do it? Or you want?
I can do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we shut it off. So
Here, I'll just call her real quick.
Well, you don't have to call her. Just, I can see it right. You don't have to. There we go. So you called her after?
Yes, sir. As she was laying there on the bathroom floor. And I said, Zola, I said, I'm calling to...
Do you want me to drop that back in so it doesn't hit?
I don't want you to drop it on the floor. All right. I just don't want it to break.
I said, I may be calling you to say goodbye. I don't know that I can talk to you again. I don't know. I defended myself, but at the same time, I kind of knew it was coming. Because this is a little prick. Anyway.
So Sean, how did he end up in his bathroom? Because you said
Because that's when
when you
I
guys met.
shoved him down.
Okay.
I shoved him down. I hit him back with his own goddamn fan, the one that he hit me with.
Okay.
I laid him
And
out.
that was after he was cut?
Because you said you met in the
No,
middle.
I hit him with the first swing, which would have hit
Right side. His right.
on his right.
Right.
Yeah.
I hit him on the right side of his skull. You gentlemen have been in tussles. Do you stop until they're done? No. I just kept swinging and swinging.
And he kept moving backwards?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Look, I'm just telling you. I kept going until he was done.
And you said you picked up part of the fan at some point?
I picked up the fan, yes.
Because that was still somewhere close.
It's all over the bedroom, bathroom, you know, there's
Yeah, gotcha.
pieces of it everywhere. You saw it.
I saw it, yeah.
I just kept going until he was done.
Okay. Now, what'd you do with the blade?
You want to answer that one? You know where.
I know where it is at. It was sitting on the dining room
I
table.
left it.
On the
laying
dining room table?
You had it on the table.
Because I wasn't goddamn sure going to answer the door like that.
Right. And he answered the door for us when we knocked.
No, I left the blade on the table. I know what I did, but I defended myself.
Was anyone else, was Todd at the apartment when this happened?
He was. Matter of fact, I went back there and knocked on his door, and I said, Todd, I may or may not have just killed that piece of shit. And Todd was getting ready to be kicked out there, by the way, whether he knew it or not. He started shaking, quivering. I needed some alcohol and took off. That was the last I saw Todd.
And that was before we got there.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And so I guess I kind of understand it started with this reoccurring charge and you went to talk to him about it.
It all happened within 15 minutes. I mean,
Right.
first off, I didn't understand him needing my goddamn credit card on him. This was twice in 2 days he required my credit card for something. He tried to get it the other night when I ordered pizza.
And you guys had just met when you moved in on Saturday.
Saturday, yes, sir.
Yeah.
He wanted me to give him my credit card on his iPhone the day after he said he got a virus. I'm uncomfortable with that.
And maybe it's been
And
asked.
tonight I was just stupid by giving it to him to begin with, but he wanted to play some Xbox and chill. And then all of a sudden I get an email, I'm being charged $15 a month, 16 technically, 15 a month. Hey, dude, I'm fucking sleeping? That's not the answer I want to hear.
Right.
But, okay, I'll chill. And he came out of his bedroom on me.
So you had moved here from Bryant, you said?
Yes, sir.
From Bryant's in Arkansas?
Brian, sorry, yes, sir.
And I guess, do you have family in Ames or?
I have no family. My wife and my mother
Yes,
was the
sir.
last of my family.
Okay.
I'm all alone in this world. And I'm dying too, so I don't give a I really don't.
Because you said you have a tumor? Is that what you said?
In your head?
Sorry to hear that, man.
The entire, matter of fact, these are the doctor's words, not mine. It's the largest they've ever seen. They don't know how I'm walking around. But it's the same thing they said when they said I'd never use that arm again, too. That's the one I used to take that head apart tonight.
And was Ames just the place that you found to
And it
live?
was just, well, I get where you're going with this, Mike. And
I just
no, it's on me. My apologies. I get the gap now. My best friend, Joe, that here speaking on the phone. Her cousin lives in Grand Junction.
oh,
Her husband just.
All right.
so you
I got it.
You can sit down too. You don't have to stand up.
Her cousin, her first cousin, thank you very much. Her first cousin lives in Grand Junction. Her husband just ran off and left her. And she knew I had no family left. And now, we've known each other 43 years, but it's not like that. You know, I love her, but she said, what do you think about it? I said, fucking live on it. It's the heartland, you know? What do you got to know? She said, I'm going to take care of my cousin Will, get her back on the feet again. Help her keep house, cut firewood. So, you know, just being a dude, being a man for her. And when she moved out there, she did. She's a tough gal. It's a couple of months, really good.
So you came up a couple months ago and we're in Grand Junction.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And in the process, looking for new time. And that's how I found and so I arrived Saturday night, November 2nd. And I put a blade in his back, it was called a knife. For him putting his hands on my throat.
Is there?
Do I not have the right to defend myself?
Yes.
I get it. It can
You
go.
do.
It can go overboard, but you know what?
Do you feel you went overboard tonight?
No, sir. I didn't go overboard. I did what I had to do to get that big fat off of me. He outweighs me by 120 pounds. I did what I had to do to get him off of me. Especially after he put his goddamn hands on my throat.
You haven't said here to us tonight
As far as
just anything about what happened or anything like that. I mean, you Sean, you seem like you've been very honest about everything that happened, and I do appreciate that. But I just want to know if there's anything you wanted to tell us that we didn't ask that you think is important for us to know that you haven't told us.
I'm not sure I understand the question.
What?
As far as like, did I leave anything out?
That's it. Do we leave anything out?
Yeah.
No, sir, not that I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, your story seemed from the beginning to the end of, telling Todd about it.
Look,
It seemed like you told us everything.
I know what I did. I know what I did. And I'm not proud. I am not proud of what I did. But I know. Okay? I know what I did. That's why I was standing there waiting on you.
Yeah, and you did. And I appreciate
I
that.
know what I did.
Yes.
But the that tried to kill me, I'm not going out like that. Tonight, I didn't want that to happen. I don't know how it happened other than the put his hands around my throat and then took the base of a goddamn floor fan and shoved it into my Adam's apple. I did what I had to do, gentlemen.
I just have one question. Was
Yes, sir.
anybody using any or drinking any alcohol tonight, or any of you guys? And you're not in trouble for that. Was anybody?
I had like two, I'm trying to remember the old days, highball glasses,
Oh, okay. Like,
like cocktail.
Yeah.
glass, you know what I mean?
yeah, those.
Like when
kind
you
of-
order a bourbon neat.
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
glass, okay? You're a bourbon drinker, aren't you? All right. I had two of those
Mm-hmm.
with about 8 months vodka.
Oh, okay.
Couple fingers of vodka in the bottom with ice?
Yeah.
No ice, just straight.
Just straight.
I gotcha.
But do I appear
No,
intoxicated?
do you feel intoxicated right now?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. Did you feel intoxicated
Do I
earlier?
appear intoxicated?
No, you don't. That's
There's
why I
more to
asked.
the point.
I know that again. Do you want to wrap a paper towel around it?
I'm bleeding pretty bad.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what he had.
There you go, man.
I never saw, thank you.
Yeah.
I never saw what he hit me with.
I think it's
Yeah.
that one. I think it's your knuckle.
Oh, yeah,
Right
you're-
there.
No,
I think you're missing a little piece.
I think
There.
you bumped it there.
just a little bit.
Yeah, and then-
I think
yeah.
the biggest cut
And on the
is
inside.
right in front of that Band-Aid. right
Yeah.
there.
So you're not sure what cut your finger
I don't know what.
on your toe? You don't know?
I don't know what he hit me with.
Okay.
Other than the fan.
Oh, then the fan.
Other
You
than
said
the
you knew
fan.
he threw the fan.
I don't know what he
Okay.
had. I wasn't paying attention, gentlemen.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we talked about.
And who called the police? That was my other question.
That's a good question.
Okay.
Because I was getting ready to, because I had already had Joel on the phone.
Yeah, you were talking to
And
us.
I told her, I said, the police are going to be on the way. And I said, matter of fact, why don't you let me let you go and call them?
Okay.
And she said, do I just need to delete your number? And I said, you better not. My best friend, you know? So I said, just hang on. And we were just shooting the shit about that. And you not.
Okay.
So I don't know who called him.
Okay.
My guess would be Todd. Because he ran out of the apartment. Because I went back there and just knocked on his door and told him what I did. I said, look, I'm going to be honest.
And Chris could call 911, I'm guessing.
I didn't know, sir, by that time Chris was laying on the bathroom floor.
Yeah.
I went in there and told Todd.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, that's
our benefactor up. And he said, I need alcohol. And took off running.
okay.
And so to answer your question, if I had to speculate, it'd probably been Todd.
So, because I'm sure they're gonna want me to talk to a few other people, like probably Todd, and possibly go out to the apartment and take photos and that kind of stuff out there.
Please be gentle with my daughter. She doesn't even bark.
No, she didn't. She didn't bark.
Lily.
Lily.
Yes.
Lily was a good dog when we were there.
So,
She's a boxer and she does not even bark.
So, I think, would it be okay if I had anything that I don't understand, to come remake contact with you and ask some more questions if I need to?
Well, I assume I'm not going anywhere.
Well,
I
I
would
want to
presume-
get you to the hospital to get those stitches.
I'll be all right.
Okay.
I'm gonna,
Alright.
I'm gonna, look, I know what I did that night. And the way I see it, if I'm gonna be held accountable for that, I'm gonna walk in proudly with these scars to defend my actions.
But I want to get them, I want the blood to stop. And so they thought you needed some stitches.
No, sir, I don't want
You don't want any stitches?
I'm gonna wear them.
Well,
I'm gonna wear them so I can prove what happened.
we've taken pictures of them, right? You took pictures of them?
Yeah, we have pictures.
So he took
As
pictures
I'm
of them.
saying, I haven't seen them.
You can actually show your hand.
No.
We can show them to you.
No, I'm not trying.
Well, maybe I'll look at it since I'm going to be the final judge of it.
What I'm
Yeah.
saying is, I'm not trying to be a dick.
No, we understand.
But this guy just needed my credit card for me to play his Xbox.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
So you don't want
Right
stitches?
now, I don't trust anybody.
No, I understand. So you don't want stitches, though?
I'm pretty tough.
Oh,
I know
I'm not
you're
saying you're not. I'm just saying.
But I don't think it's going to stop bleeding until they put a stitch in.
And so be it.
But we can't have you.
So be it.
I want to make sure you're taken care of. And I'll go with you if you want to
The
go.
officer Logan will
I'd be happy to take you.
stay with you all.
I don't care because I've lost my dog. I've lost my dog. I've lost my wife. I've lost all my dogs. My mother.
Yeah.
I don't give a anymore.
Sean, that one right there, that needs a stitch.
I don't care.
You can tell them not to stitch your hand. I think it'll stop. But that one there, we've got to take you to get
I
stitches.
don't care.
Sean, everything's been cool. Can you let him stitch up the foot? Okay.
I'll wait with you. I'm not going to leave you there hanging.
God damn it.
What you need?
I just wanted to put my hands down on the counter and cry. God damn it.
Sean, you can see where that one is coming through the gauze. We got to get a stitch in that. Let him clean it up so it doesn't get an infection. I mean, it'll.
I'll tell you what. Here's
God damn it.
a thought. Do you want to have a...
Mother put his hands on me.
Well, we know.
And tried to kill me.
And you told us that. Yeah, so you can move that up if you need to. It's because I got it so tight, you can't get that thing to move. Do you want to have a
I
cigarette?
get protocol, but I'm not going to do y'all.
Right.
I know.
But and if you understand the protocol,
I do.
We've got to get that medical.
I need a doctor to look
I'll
at
be
that.
honest with you. I don't care anymore. That's why I called Zola before you guys got there. Because I knew you were coming.
Mm-hmm.
That if Todd, this probably must have going out under the alcohol. You know, I kind of knew he was going to call you. If he hadn't, I would have.
I don't know who called right
I'm
now.
just saying, if he hadn't, I would have.
Okay.
I knew what was coming.
Yeah.
But when he put his hands on me the way he did tonight, and it sat on my goddamn chest and took that fan base and pressed up against my throat right there, I did what I had to do, gentlemen.
Yes.
And you know what the sad thing is? There's no apology going to take that back when I did. I can't say I'm sorry enough to put back on his skull. I did what I had to do. So I don't care what happens to me. I've lost everyone and everything in this world that I've ever loved. So I don't care. Let me bleed to death.
We can't do that.
I don't want you to bleed to death.
I don't care. I'm telling you, though, I'm authorizing you. Let me bleed to death.
We can't do that, Sean. We've
No.
got the hospital. All right.
Can I take you up there? Hey, before we go,
May I have a seat?
I was just going to ask, do you want a cigarette? Can we do that? Would you be okay with that?
Please.
They're in your pocket though, right?
God.
Can I get them out here?
Yes.
All right.
You got a lighter in there?
Yeah, he's got a lighter too.
You're kind of pulling my shorts down.
No, jeez. No, that's not my intent. Here.
Do we need to loosen that belt one loop so he can get his hands up?
I don't have a belt.
No, I mean.
No. Can you get your hands up to your hip?
I just want to be able
I'm
to
just trying to.
hike up your pants.
Yeah, I'm going to loosen that belt just a little bit more. And then you can,
That way you can smoke.
can you get your hands up to your
Yes.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
See if I wouldn't cinch that down. All right, man.
All right.
Gentlemen, I am so sorry I'm not sorry for what I've done. I did what I had to do. I hope you gentlemen understand.
Do you need another tissue?
No,
There's that.
sir,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just grabbing my keys.
Yeah. Do you want me to put those back in your pocket for you? That's cigarettes. Before I know it's cold out, so if you want to slide
You
one
want a
out.
blanket around your shoulders or anything like that?
I'm pretty durable.
Okay. All right.
God damn it.
Got it? You want me to grab it?